Hello everyone, it's Stacy. I'm here to give you guys a book review. It's kind of a funny book review, I guess. If you've seen the title, you know what it's about. But just giving you a little overview. So, I have decided that I'm going to try to improve my reading speed. And when I looked up on YouTube strategies to improve your reading speed, one of the things that I came across a lot was reading middle grade books that have large font and that are easy to read. And so I went to my bookstore and I bought a bunch of middle grade or middle grade ish young adult books. And one of the books I picked up was The Babysitter's Club. Now, I never read The Babysitter's Club. Ever. Growing up, I never read it. My sister did. My sister read, I don't know if she read all the books, but she read a lot of the books. She actually had like a bookshelf filled with Babysitter Club books. But I just wasn't really into it. And it might be in part because she was into it. I automatically was like, well, I'm not going to read it because that's what she's reading. I don't know. But like I said, I never read it. And so this is a review based off of a grown woman who has never read The Babysitter's Club. What is her impressions of this story? So I'm going to be honest, and I apologize to all the babysitter lovers out there, all the Babysitter Club lovers. When I started this book, I didn't like it when I started the book. I read it, and the main character of this book is Christy. I believe in other books there's other people who are main characters, but for this book, Christy was the main character. And I was just so upset with her attitude. Like, she would get an attitude with her mom and her mom's boyfriend, and just straight disrespectful, like what she would say. And so I really didn't like that. I thought that that was totally inappropriate for a young preteen to talk to grown-ups that way. Like, I thought it was very inappropriate. So starting the book off, hearing her talk that way, I was not happy. And I know sometimes she didn't actually say it to them, but she thought it. And I know that realistically, teenagers and preteens, they might think that way. But out of the heart, the mouth speaks. And there have been times where she actually did talk with an attitude to the adults. And I just thought it was not appropriate. I did not like that at all. I probably, if I'm honest, because of that, if I had a daughter, I probably would not let her read The Babysitter's Club. And I know a lot of you guys are probably like, what? You're probably thinking I'm crazy. But I do feel like when children are exposed to bad behaviors and it's seen as if it's okay, I feel as though, it influences them to do wrong. Now, if they're a teenager and they've shown that they can be respectful, then maybe I would let them read it. But I don't know. But again, I don't have kids. So I'm saying this based off of me not having kids. The other thing that, like, when I first started reading it, you guys are probably like so over me right now. But it gets better, I promise. It gets better. But I think it's in the first chapter, Christy's mom comes home with a box of pizza. And the dietitian side of me, first of all, I was not happy that she was trying to bribe her kids with pizza. Like, that's not necessarily, again, the dietitian side of me, that's not a good thing to do, to try to bribe with food. You don't do that, for one thing. But the whole point that she's bribing them to babysit their own siblings. Like, I was like, no, you are the mom. You tell them they are going to babysit this child. Like, what's this whole, like, oh, let me bribe you, can you please babysit your brother type thing? Like, no. Like, you're part of this family. We're trying to make it. If you want food on the table, I gotta be able to go and do what I need to do. So you need to babysit. Like, I don't know. Maybe it's because of the way I was raised. I don't know. But I didn't like that. And so the book started off like this. So I started off annoyed. So here's a mom that is trying to convince her kids to do what they should be doing anyways. And a preteen that's getting an attitude. So I didn't like that. And I was going to DNF the book when I got to, I forgot what chapter. It wasn't even halfway. But I was about to DNF it because I was like, this is why there are moms today that are having issues with their children. Because they grew up, this is literally what was going through my head. They grew up reading the Babysitter's Club, thinking that they need to bribe their kids, or thinking that it's okay for kids to talk with an attitude. And so they put up with it. Like this is literally what was going through my mind when I was reading this book. My view of the book did change once I got to the babysitting. So yes, I did not like the book initially. But once I continued reading it and reading the stories about the actual Babysitter's Club and their babysitting and all that, I was like, this is real life. Like, I can picture teenagers being like this. And I actually thought it was responsible for them. Because I don't really see that many preteens starting their own business and babysitting and all of that. Like, a lot of people are afraid to have their kids home alone nowadays. Which is a whole nother thing. So I actually started liking it after that. So I got over the teenager acting like a teenager and getting an attitude. And I actually started to like the book. And so I gave this book 4 stars. It did not get 5 stars because of the disrespect that the teenager did. But the story at large I thought was actually a good story. And so because of that, I went ahead and I got the second book. And so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to continue reading The Babysitter's Club as one of the books or book series to help me with my increase of speed of reading. I don't know if, again, this was just the first book. I don't know if those ill feelings are going to come back. If they do, I'll let y'all know, I guess, in a future video. But for now, you know, I thought it was an interesting read. I think it's a good series that will help me. You know, the words are relatively big. And so, yeah, it's kind of childish. But like I said in the other video, I don't care. If it's entertaining and it helps me read faster and it's doing its purpose, I'm going to read it. So, yeah. So, that's my opinion on the Babysitter's Club. Again, this was my first experience. And then after reading this, I actually watched the first episode of the Babysitter's Club on Netflix. And that show was nothing like the book. Like, they literally, like, took parts of the book and made a show. But it's nothing like the book at all. Like, I mean, yes, it is, but it's not. Like, they made just a totally different story. But I guess they had to consolidate it in 30 minutes. So, I guess I can understand that. But, yeah. So, that's my little review on the Babysitter's Club. Let me know what you think about the Babysitter's Club. Is anyone in line, like with me, with the whole thought of, you know, them being disrespectful and, you know, the mom trying to bribe her kids? I know it's a little thing in the book, but it did bother me. Let me know down below your thoughts. And if you like videos like these, I do other booktube, and I do inspirational videos and, you know, religious things, and I talk about a lot of different stuff on this channel. I probably should focus in on some things, but I'm scatterbrained, and I don't care what YouTube says when people say you need to focus. This is not my job. I don't make money off of YouTube. I don't really care to make money off of YouTube, so I'm just having fun. So I hope you guys are having fun with me and enjoying me talk about books and other things in life. So, alright, if you are enjoying these videos, make sure you subscribe to my channel so you can see when I post. And make sure you give this video a thumbs up so I know that you enjoyed this video, so I can continue to do videos like this for you. Thank you again for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.